Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles. They have a website, chroniclebooks.com. So if you want to search out their stuff, you can probably find it there. I'm assuming there's more decks there for other people, but haven't been on there yet. I need to get on there because I'm getting more and more excited about checking it out. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. I didn't see any website on this one, but if you search this person up, I'm assuming you'll find them. I don't know how old that deck is. Is there like a date on it? I don't see one. Just looking at the outside of the box. Okay, but I don't know how old that deck is. I keep thinking it's one of my newer decks, but maybe not. Anyway, let's move forward for... Okay. What do we have for... Okay. We have cards falling off the deck. We'll let that happen. Why not? What is that last card? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see where this is going. Is that right side up or upside down? That's right side up. Okay. There's a lot coming in. I think this is gonna go well for you though. Okay, so you're starting off with the Six of Wands and the World card, right? I love the way this World card is depicted for you because it's kind of like I'm going into something new here, and it's kind of like, you see how they're looking at the world from this distant place? Is it the moon or that's the world? And they're like, before I go there, it's kind of like, where do I want to enter the situation? Where do I want to go in? How do I want to go in? Do I want to parachute in? Do I want to fly in? What do I want to do? And do I want to end up in a place with a lot of water, more of a sandy place, more of a mountainous place? Where do I want to go? This is how you're entering the situation. A lot of possibilities. Not a big shock for Gemini. That's what you look for. That's what you guys like. You're very happy about the way you get to approach because you seem to have a lot of control about how you enter this situation. Okay, good. Okay, cool. I like this. Good, great. Going into it, very good. Now, and I'll warn you ahead of time, this deck has like at least 3, if not more, Lovers cards, so they tend to show up. The attachment comes in the environment. It's a very needy energy, in my opinion. Somebody might be expecting from you a lot more than you're willing to give. I feel like this is one of those things where, you show up to help somebody, and you're like, and your thought is like, okay, I'll help them straighten up the kitchen maybe and clean up the counters and stuff, and that's why I'm coming. And they're like, oh, aren't you going to do the whole house? Like, aren't you going to clean my whole house? And you're like, no. Like, I came to help you clean up a little bit to get you started. I didn't come here to do the whole job for you. But that's kind of the energy I'm feeling with this. Like, you're showing up to, like, help get the kitchen in order, clean up some stuff, get a meal started, maybe. You're not coming here to, like, do the kitchen top to bottom and the rest of the house. That's not why you're here. But when I'm getting the Three of Pentacles with the Lovers card, they're literally expecting this from you. I do feel this. With the attachment and the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers card, like, it's almost like you're their wish come true. You're like, everything's going to go fine now because now the Gemini is going to help me live life and do everything for me. And there's going to be a lot of things we need to do, and I'm going to do my part, but they're going to lead the way. And that is definitely not why you're showing up. But that seems to be what they're expecting. You've got the caring connections coming in here, and you do have a very strong value to the situation. Face down card is Ten of Swords. It's face down, which I'm feeling like the more you figure out what they really think you're going to do, like, this is how it came in. At first, you're not realizing this is what they're expecting. It doesn't take much before you figure it out, though. And you're like, wait a minute, what? No, I'm not cleaning your whole house. I'm not even going to do the kitchen from top to bottom. I'm here to help you straighten up, organize things a little bit, and help you get a meal started, then I'm going. Like, I'm going to be here for like an hour, hour and a half tops. I'm not spending a weekend here with you. Like, that's not happening. Like, that is not happening. When you figure it out, like, I feel like the way this is going to play out is like you're going to remind them every now and then, like, okay, I'm going to help you do this, okay, I'm going to help you do that, and then it's kind of like, okay, I got to go, and they're going to be like, you can't go now, we got the rest of the house to do, and you're like, no, we don't, you do, I don't, I came here to help you get the kitchen started and get this together, with cleaning up the counters and then getting a meal started. That's been achieved, I got to go. And you're holding to that. You're like, I'm not going to back down from that either. I'm not going to, like, be your prisoner and clean your house top to bottom. It's not going to happen. They've got the sixth chakra, which is kind of like, I think they're a little off with this. It's weird. This is usually a good card. So I'm getting a lot of the blue and pink in the corner here. And I'm feeling like, yeah, maybe they need a lot more help, but you're not the one that's here to save their whole life. They have other people to connect with, and this is something they have to stand up and do themselves. This was meant to be a start, and I feel like they're getting this moment to where they're supposed to continue on, and if they need more help, there's other people who can also help them. You're not here to do the whole thing for them. But I'm feeling they're also having this restraint feel here. I feel like this is somebody overwhelmed by what they believe the situation entails. It's kind of like, for example, somebody needs to get their house all together, right? The house needs to be cleaned from top to bottom, needs to be organized, things need to be thrown away, things need to be put in order, tidied up, and all other good stuff, right? And you gave them a good start, but you're kind of like, they're looking at it as like you have to do it all in one day, and it's way too much for one day. And you're kind of like, well, if you do a little bit every day for a couple months, you probably still get there, more on your terms. And I feel like you drop hints about that, but you're like, I can't get tied up in this. You try to help them, you try to talk with them a little bit, but again, I get the strength card, like you're giving that information, like, well, cut it up into pieces and do it a little bit by day. It'll take you a couple months. Oh, that's too long, I can't do that. Okay, well then you can't, I gotta go. The strength card on your side is like, you try to help, but when they're not buying into it, okay, then you're not, and I gotta go. And you do step out. They do have possibilities. The energy is trying to come in, but they're blocking it. I'm getting that with the financial restraints, actually. I feel like they're blocking it because it feels more mental to me. Like, the way they're seeing it versus they need to adjust their thinking, they're having a hard time with that. So, I feel like you have to step away. Other people do seem to be involved. But I feel like they're having probably the same amount of luck that you are. Kind of like, I'm not going to do everything for this person. I'll try to help them. I'll assist, but I won't do it all. And it just seems like even though you go in, for example, and try to straighten up the kitchen and all that stuff and get that going, so at least it starts off on a good foot, it doesn't last long before it goes right back to where it was. And it's on that person. They put it back where it was. There is a feeling of out of balance. Like, they have the 5 of Cups. No, that's the 4. They've got the 4 of Cups, but the balance came in upside down. They're out of balance. They're definitely out of balance. And they're just feeling overwhelmed, and they're just, instead of trying to fix their situation, they're accepting their situation as being a bad situation. By just accepting it and sitting there, nothing improves. They have to actively start moving forward. There's an opportunity to come in here and to really shake things up. You seem to be at the center, or no? Something, what's at the center of this is the question. Well, no, you're not at the center, because at first I thought, are you at the center? You're getting somebody involved. I think you might be giving the information. You might just, like, there might be a moment where you're just like, this is ridiculous, and this can't keep going like this, but I'm not going to live their life for this person. I'm not going to do that. And you got the adjacent possibilities with the 8 of Wands. Something comes in really quick on your side. Like, you see this opportunity, and you're like, I need to move on that. It's kind of like, oh, wait, I see something here. Somebody can come in, like, this situation has the possibility to get better, but communication is where it's going to start. And it's kind of like the other energy, whoever you're dealing with, it has to be open to it. So it's like there's possibilities coming in. You see a quick moment where you can, like, make a difference, but you have to bring this person in. And it's like it's on its point here. The Queen of Cups is kind of how I feel about it, but it's a woman holding a heart. It's somebody who has to, like, they have to win this person over, and they have to get this person on plan. And it's going to be a slow, arduous plan, but they have to get this person on plan. And you're bringing somebody into this. There's another person you're bringing into it. I feel like this is one of those situations where you kind of have to stay connected, but not every day. Every now and then you have to touch back base with it to see where it is. I do feel like you're going to lend your help with it, but it's kind of like the patience is on its side. Like, this is ridiculous a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm using that word, but somebody's having a hard time doing what they need to do. And there's another person that has very viable solutions. Like, there might be a situation where this person who feels held down, they might need therapy or some type of therapist to help them figure out, like, do they have depression issues? Do they have anxiety issues? And help them start working through that. It might be to that level, right? And once they start working on those things, they can start changing their environment around them and feel more empowered and start finding a way that will actually work for them. They might need a professional to help them like that. I don't know how that sounds, but that's what's there. I don't think it's bad, quite frankly, but it might take that. Because I'm getting the patience is kind of like, there's a situation here where it just keeps, it's kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's just like every time we move ahead, we move back, go ahead and back. And it seems like we're slowly moving ahead, but then it's like we finally get 4 or 5 steps ahead, then all of a sudden we're back to step 2, and like, what happened? There's going to be a lot more communication. You're going to need assistance for this. You're not going to live this life, this person's life for them. You're not going to do their job for them. Whatever this is, you can't. I just feel like that's not an option. So trying to get somebody else to help, bringing somebody else who's a little bit more caring, I don't want to say caring, a little bit more fluid with the emotions. Like, they can deal with that emotional connection here, because I feel like you don't really want to, which is fine. I don't think that's bad. It's kind of like there's a lot of emotions here that I'm not warm and fuzzy about. So somebody else is coming in to do that. A lot of communication, a lot of working it out. Helping this person find different ways. You're very good at that. Finding different ways to tackle things, trying different ways to do things, trying different plans. Your connection is communication. Bringing the right people in and keeping that energy fresh as much as you can, in the sense of like, well, that's not working, well, how about this? Okay, that's not working, well, here's a couple different ways. Choose from one of those. You know, that's not working, well, how about we bring somebody else in and like have them start talking to that? Well, they don't want to do that, well, here's a few different options. See if they'll go for any of these. Because I feel like you keep doing that. You keep bringing options. It's centered around this Queen of Hearts is what I'm getting. Queen of Hearts, Queen of Cups, when I'm holding a heart. Somebody else is doing the direct connection, and they seem to be able to handle it and get this person sort of moving, but it's kind of like they constantly need new ideas and new ways to handle it. You're assisting this situation like that way. Like, you're almost third party. It's kind of like there's the person, you try to help them directly, that didn't work. So you bring in somebody else between you, and you're kind of working on like a third party. There's somebody in the center, and you're like helping them find different ideas. They're dealing with this person. It's not working, and it goes back and forth that way. It's like there's a middleman here. And I feel like that works. I feel like that's the only way you can do this and really be able to not be dragged down by it. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.